At example A, and we'll set up our regular triangle that's not a right triangle with our A, B, and C. We have our angle C that's given to us, that's 68.5 degrees. Our side C opposite that is 258 centimeters. They don't give us angle B, but they do give us side B, which is 386 centimeters. And we're supposed to solve the triangle and see what happens. So the first thing that we go after is, well, we have one angle and the side that matches up with it. So we would want to start out with using that as part of our law of sines and then say, well, we also have one more side, but we don't have its angle. So let's focus on that first. So we'll start off with using our law of sines, which starts out with sine of the angle we do know, C, over its side that matches up, side C. And then we'd go after side B that we already have, trying to find the angle that we don't have that matches up with that, angle B. So we'll start off with angle C and side C, which we do know. So we'll start off with sine of, let's see, 68.5 degrees was angle C, divided by side C, which they gave us was 258, equals sine of B. We don't know what B was, so we'll leave that blank, over side B, which we did know. We did not know angle B, but we do know side B. It is 386 and was given to us in the original problem. So let's figure out what angle B is by doing some cross multiplying. So we'll cross multiply the 386 to the sine of 68.5. So 386 times sine of 68.5 equals, and on the other side we'll do the other cross multiplication, which is 258 times sine of B. And so the next thing that we'd want to do is get sine of B by itself by dividing both sides by a 258. This gives us that sine of B equals the 386 times the sine of 68.5 degrees all over 258. Now the problem becomes, how do you get rid of sine? Well, how you're going to get rid of sine is with an inverse sine. So we'll do inverse sine of the right-hand side of the sine of B. So, and again, remember when you use your inverse trig functions, you do need parentheses. So we'll also do that to the other side. Inverse sine of everything that was on the other side, which was not pretty. It was our 386 times our sine of 68.5 degrees all over our 258. So remember, we did this so that the sine and inverse sine will cancel out, and we've got now B, our angle B, equals inverse sine of 386 times sine of 68.5 all over 258, and now we need to use our calculator. What will happen is you'll get an error on your calculator, and you'll say, what? I thought I did everything right. Well, what happens is if you type this inside part into your calculator, you get a value for this whole fraction of 1.39. And the problem with that is sine and cosine can never be bigger than 1 and can never be smaller than -1. So this is just not possible. So this is going to be that example where there are no solutions. There is no such triangle exists. In other words, there are no solutions. That's your answer for this one. And that's going to happen sometimes. Now, is it going to happen on every problem or even a quarter of the problems? No. This is going to happen once in a blue moon. Now let's take a look at one more